the only business, right? Because it's fluffy. So they hug you from the front and the back at the same time.
It's not your thing.
It's not my thing, bro. Well, when you start to get the momentum, he's like, yo, we gotta hang out. Yo, when we go, you know.
So you felt like he was trying to dim your light early in your career?
Nah, it wasn't that. It was really just I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. Like, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It was weird because not only do I not go shopping like that, but it's just weird, bro.
Skate mall, everything.
I don't know.
Across the street, if you jaywalk,
I don't know what you're
trust
talking
me,
about.
he was there, they know about it. He told him the detail.
Behind me.
He came back. He was finished. He came back and said, wait, I forgot. Tell you this.
Tonight's episode kicks off with 50 Cent putting on a masterclass in how to own a moment. You're about to witness what a real boss move looks like. No gimmicks, no filters, just straight power. Roll that clip. The man was strapped up, moving through chaos like it was just another day in the office. Studio sessions, street heat, loyalty, all mixed into one. His crew wasn't just hanging around. They were holding him down for real, opening doors, moving like a military unit. This wasn't play-pretend rap talk. It was a lifestyle being lived out in real time. Let's get one thing straight. All that rap talk, that wasn't the full story. Dude wasn't just spitting bars. He was really in the trenches. Selling crack, moving weight, running the block while still dreaming about music. When 50 finally left the streets, his block became legend, locked down tight with his name ringing in every corner. Back in 94, 95, the whole hood was pumping for him. He didn't need a cosign because he was a cosign. That authenticity is what made the people ride for him. He didn't just rap it, he lived it. See, that's what separates 50 from half these rappers out here. They are storytellers, but is a story itself. In New York, before the fame, he was already a name people whispered with respect. A hustler first, rapper second. And when he finally picked up the MIC, the city didn't hesitate to crown him. They embraced him because they knew him. The block, the struggle, the grind, it all translated into the music. That's why when he talks about the life, you feel it. Now, rewind with me, Summer Jam 2003, the moment that set the tone for an entire generation of rap beefs. 50 pulled a savage stunt straight from Jay-Z's old playbook. Remember when Harv clowned Prodigy on the big screen? Yeah, same energy. But this time, it was Ja Rule getting cooked in front of 50,000 people. The crowd went insane.
Even more.
Smurf used to be one of 50's homeboys, but they had a fallout and were no longer cool with each other. So Bangum Smurf bought front row seats to Summer Jam as he knew 50 Cent would be performing, and he brought his homies with him. Smurf was rolling deep on this day. He had 19 dudes with him ready for anything, just to disrupt 50's performance.
Laughter, pointing, chaos, all while 50 mocked Jay's biggest hits live on stage. The disrespect was legendary, but that was just the beginning. Because when it comes to 50 and Hot 97 Summer Jam, it's never been calm. Every year, it's drama, controversy, and classic moments all rolled into one. And tonight, we're breaking it all down, starting with June 12, 2004. Picture it. 50 on stage, killing it, the crowd feeding off his energy, when suddenly, out of nowhere, a chair goes flying through the air. Yeah, you already know what time it is. Things were about to go left fast, so I hit up my homegirl, like, yo, I need a favor. I need like 20 Summer Jam tickets. She's like, 20? Damn, that's a stretch. But back then, we was getting money. I told her, I don't care what it costs. Just make it happen. Long story short, I pulled it off, got a good deal and secured 20 front row seats. I told my crew, we ain't throwing hands, we ain't starting nothing. We just can be loud, taunt them, and let them see us. I was headed to jail the next month, so I needed a moment they'd remember forever. And trust me, it worked out exactly like that. See, the tension was thick before the show even started. We're on the right side of the stage, front row, 20 deep. The whole section. Hours. And if you go back and watch the footage, you'll notice 50 never left the left side of that stage. He saw us, and he knew exactly who was sitting front and center. We started throwing up our G-Unit family shirts, just to make noise, to be seen. It wasn't about fighting, it was about making a statement. But then, my guy catches one of the shirts mid-performance like it's part of the act. Wild moment. And that's when everything exploded. See, here's what really went down. 50 had fallen out with one of his old Queens homies, Bang M. Smurf. They used to be tight, but after the fallout, Smurf decided to make some noise. So what did he do? He copped 20 front row tickets.
That's what it is. Let's go. Hey, what the fuck is up, man? Hey, check it out. We don't even run it. But y'all gotta understand is, look, it's not that I'm doing good. It's you're not working hard enough. No. That's what it is. You gotta work. I work. Y'all niggas hear me every fucking week. New music on the street. Every week. Why y'all niggas don't work? They must forgot who the fuck the mixtape champion is. You wanna win, right? Yeah. I wanna win. Yeah. Oh, man. Why you don't do all the same shit every time? Why y'all started it? Fuck.
All of them just to stir the pot. He pulled up 20 deep, ready for whatever. Energy high, tension higher. During 50's whole set, they were heckling, clowning, throwing shade, trying to get under his skin. Eventually, 50 snapped. He grabbed a water bottle, locked eyes with Smurf, and splashed it straight at him. Boom! Chaos! The second that water hit, it was on. Smurf's crew lost it. Chairs went flying toward the stage like it was WWE meets Summer Jam. It wasn't a concert anymore. It was a full-on brawl. And in the madness, 50 kept his composure, still holding the MIC, still talking his talk. Now, Bang M. Smurf swears he never told his people to throw anything, claims it just got out of hand once 50 drenched him. But let's be real, this was personal. That moment wasn't about music anymore. It was Queens versus Queens, brotherhood turned battlefield. And that flying chair, that was just a symbol of everything that had been boiling underneath for years. Yeah, he wrote for Game. I remember it clear as day. How We Do, Hate It or Love It, all that fire. Game's a solid artist, no doubt, but I remember hearing those tracks in my condo like, yo, you really giving this dude these records? I looked at 50 like, nah, man, give me those joints or keep them yourself. Those songs were pure gold. 50 had the source, the vision, and the pen, and Game, he was just stepping into that space. 50 was here. Game was somewhere in between, trying to climb, maybe even go bigger. But that kind of potential, you can't cage that. You can't bury it behind G-Unit politics. See, Game didn't just want to be another soldier. He wanted to be Dre level, Eminem level, a name that stood on its own. But that's where the tension kicked in. He felt 50 didn't see him as an equal, more like an extension of the brand. And when that energy shifted, it exploded fast. Game stormed off stage one night, furious. The vibe? Completely destroyed. That night sealed the deal. Bang M. Smurf got banned from Hot 97 and Summer Jam for life, and 50 caught his own 10-year ban from that stage too. Imagine that. The hottest name in hip-hop, locked out of hip-hop's biggest show. Wild. But that wasn't even the end. The storm was still brewing. Around that same time, Game had just joined G-Unit, fresh off being handpicked by Dr. Dre himself. 50 took him under his wing, wrote his hooks, passed him songs, even hopped on verses just to give him shine. Those same records, they turned into monster hits. Tony Yeo even said straight up he wished 50 kept them for himself. But that's how loyal 50 was at the time. He believed in the movement. Now, here's the part a lot of people forget. Before 50 stepped in, Game was about to get dropped from Aftermath Hour Interscope. That's not rumor, that's fact. The label thought he wasn't clicking creatively. Then 50 came in and gave him 6 records. West Side Story, How We Do, Hate It or Love It, Church for Thugs, Special, and Higher. Those records made Game's career. And instead of gratitude, what did 50 get? Disrespect. When Game's album took off, he started acting brand new, moving like he built the wave solo. 50 finally addressed it, calm but cutting. He said, Game's a great rapper, not a great songwriter. I gave him those hits. I built the concept, the structure. He just wrapped around it. It stung because it was true. 50 had poured real time, energy, and creativity into making Game a star. But the moment Game started feeling himself, he forgot who laid the foundation. By the time the smoke cleared, he wasn't just out of the crew. He was across the street. Not G-Unit. Not family. Just another rival. And even Dre got caught in the middle. 50 said it himself. Dre got so wrapped up in Game's project, he barely had time for 50's next one. That's why the massacre only had 2 Dre beats. 50 waited in L.A. for nearly 3 months trying to reconnect, but Dre stayed focused elsewhere. 50 didn't hate it, but he saw the writing on the wall. That's why he told the label straight up. His next drop will be a double CD, fulfilling his entire deal in one go. Because when loyalty turns one-sided, you don't beg to stay. You finish strong, and you walk away legendary. That line right there. That will be the end of 50 Cent on Shadier Aftermath, and I'll move forward in my career as a shadier G-Unit artist.
Bunch of money on the intro.
And you decided to change it to come out
Change
with
it.
him?
I'm just gonna come out right there.
It was
and
so
just stay
dope.
out.
The moment of you two standing up there was so great. That
I
you
wanna
did
miss
the
that
right
part,
You
yeah.
did the right thing, Fif.
It worked, and then
The right thing.
They work.
And I knew to
Yeah.
come from that
Into
to rise to the top.
You
Because
was looking
everything-
like the kumbaya. You was looking like I'm the I love everybody guy.
nobody left. Everybody's still behind me. Like everybody's there.
Yeah.
I was like, yo. Then Ebro was a little upset because he was like, yo, my bad, because so many people stayed on the stage.
Yes, I know that.
He's like that. So it's like it was a little hard to kind of keep up with where I'm at.
I like your jab to Ebro too.
Yeah, yeah,
Ebro,
yeah.
I know you run.
You run things after
Yeah, there
while
was
I'm on the stage.
people took that as if you had some sort of real beef with Ebro after.
Oh, you know what he
before
gave me?
that.
He gave me some weak tickets, man.
Did he really?
Contract said you had to have some tickets. I'll put my peoples in the nosebleed. I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens. I don't like Preem. I don't like Preem enough. But he lived the way he actually projected himself. His lifestyle is consistent.
He was true to it.
He never ratted on nobody. Just like that. You see what I'm saying? And Jimmy's a different kind of guy. He don't want everybody, time. He solved the last 10 years of criminal activity in New York City in 10 minutes. The DA said, hold on, chill out, stop. Stop, boy, you're going to make it like I don't even work. The DA asked him to stop. Stop, man. You're going to make like we're not even working here.
Stop laughing. Me and you ain't built for this.
know, it's not-
Lawrence Styles, move away from 50 Cent. Slide over. We're not built for this. We're nerds. We work at radio
I
stations.
just got a radio job.
I don't want no problem.
I mean,
No, but Henchman.
henchman. Oh,
Yeah, he's a rat. Told everything. Make the police look like they don't even work, man. Escape Morning, man, everything.
I don't know.
You cross the street, if you jaywalk,
I don't know what you're talking
trust me,
about. I
he
was
was there, they know about it. He told them in
happened
detail.
behind me. I
He
didn't.
came back, he was finished
You know
thinking,
how
he
things-
came back and said, wait, I forgot.
It sounded peaceful, almost mature, like 2 bosses parting ways on good terms. But that was cap. Because not even a week later, that so-called no hard feelings turned into one of the ugliest beefs in hip-hop history. You could hear the tension in every interview, every verse, every sideways comment. They wanted the world to believe it was all love, but behind the scenes, it was smoke brewing slow. When people asked about that alleged shoving match, Game straight up denied it. Never happened, he said, acting like it was all media fabrication. But 50 wasn't buying it. Their stories never lined up. One side saying it's peace, the other saying it's pressure. And in hip-hop, when 2 egos start rewriting the same story, somebody's lying, and the truth usually comes with a body count, or at least a broken alliance. Then Game made it worse, way worse. He started downplaying 50's role in the documentary. He told fans 50 only wrote the hooks and the verses he rapped on, basically saying, I made the album, 50 just cameoed. But everyone in the industry knew better. Those hooks were the backbone. And when you mix that kind of ego with loyalty issues, it's only a matter of time before it all blows up. What really set the stage on fire was Game cozying up to every single person 50 had beef with. Nas, Fat Joe, Jadakiss, you name it. That was 50's code. Once you pick a side, stay there. But Game didn't play by that rule. And just to stir the pot even more, his manager was Jimmy Henchman, one of 50's biggest enemies, a man who would go to war just for the thrill of it. That combo was dynamite with a short fuse. So when 50 went on Power 105 and dropped the words "Games out of G-Unit," that wasn't just a statement, it was a declaration of war. The world felt it instantly. Fans were stunned, the streets were buzzing, and the media couldn't get enough. But the drama didn't stop there. A few days later, 50 pulled up to Hot 97 with Funkmaster Flex to clear the air, and that's when everything exploded. Word on the street was that henchmen sent Game and a crew of heavy hitters to confront 50 right there at the station. Security tried to hold the line, but tension turned to chaos in seconds. Then, boom, shots rang out. The crowd scattered, police swarmed, and hip-hop officially had its next tragedy in motion. It wasn't just rap beef anymore. It was real lives spilling into real bloodshed. A movie scene gone wrong, and neither side would ever be the same again. G-Unit wrapped that interview and dipped fast, like they knew the block was about to get hot. But what makes this story legendary is how the versions keep changing like a remix that never ends. 1 minute, Game saying 50 ran out the back door to dodge him. Next, his claiming they locked eyes like some Old West standoff. Bro, pick a lane. Every retelling sounds more dramatic than the last, like GTA Chaos with a full 5-star wanted level. Straight madness from start to finish. And then came the plot twist. In one interview, Game swore 50 pulled up to Hot 97 flanked by NYPD and a squad of armed bodyguards, basically implying 50 came in like the president, bulletproof and untouchable. But then, just a few months later, Game switched it up again, saying he and 50 went face-to-face like equals, no security needed. You can't make this stuff up. Every version he drops feels like a new season of Game's alternate reality. He even tried flexing his role in 50's early success, claiming he brought 50 to Dre's house, helped craft those early hits, and muted his own vocals on tracks that 50 later used. According to Game, he was the one making the magic happen behind the scenes. But that's when you start to see the cracks, because the more he talked, the less it all added up. Even Jay-Z's name got dragged in, with stories about light taps and phone calls from Amsterdam. It was pure soap opera energy disguised as street talk. And if you thought that was a final twist, not even close. In another interview, Game claimed he rolled up with 70 men. 70. Like, come on, man. Not even Marvel scripts go that far. But the wild exaggerations aside, one thing stayed consistent. There was a shootout that day. Game really did show up with his crew, and one of his boys got hit in the leg during the chaos. It could have been way worse, but that single moment turned hip-hop's biggest radio station into a war zone. After that, Hot 97 officially became Shot 97. The name stuck because that day changed everything. 50 and G-Unit were instantly banned, and the station wanted nothing to do with that kind of smoke. But let's be real, 50 was ratings gold. You couldn't just erase him. So Hot 97 played it slick. Every time 50 came back, they quietly moved him to a side studio, away from the main floor, like he was on probation. The tension never left, but the numbers? Oh, those kept booming. So when people ask why 50 keeps circling back to Hot 97, it's simple. Controversy made him a king. Every scandal, every ban, every headline just fed the legend. And no matter how many versions Game tells, one thing's for sure. That Hot 97 shootout wasn't a myth. It was a moment 50 proved he wasn't just a rapper. He was the storm itself. Like he had no idea what kind of storm he just walked into. The crowd was hyped, the lights were blinding, and 50 was in full performance mode. But once he spotted Slowbucks in that sea of people, the whole mood changed. You could see it in 50's face. That switch flipped instantly. What was supposed to be a celebration turned into a statement. Within seconds, Slowbucks got surrounded, snatched, and his chain got taken right there on stage, live, in front of thousands. Cameras caught everything. It was pure chaos. And the wildest part? The footage spread online before 50 even finished his set. Fans were shocked. Like, did that really just happen on stage at Summer Jam? It looked more like a street ambush than a concert. Slowbucks later claimed he got jumped and robbed for no reason, but insiders said it wasn't random at all. That photo with 50's son had crossed a deeply personal line, and this was 50's way of setting the record straight, publicly, unapologetically, and instantly viral. After that, Hot 97 tried their best to distance themselves from the drama. They didn't want another Shot 97 headline. But it was too late. The internet had already crowned it Chain Jam 2014. And just like before, 50 got hit with another ban. The irony? He'd just been welcomed back after a decade of exile. 10 years gone, one night back, and banned again. Only 50 Cent could pull that off and still walk away the winner. Because let's be real, every scandal just makes him bigger. Every time they try to shut him out, he turns it into a storyline. 50 doesn't take losses. He turns them into marketing. That Summer Jam chaos, another chapter in the legend. He got banned, but he also got headlines, memes, and millions of views. That's not failure, that's strategy. So whether it's Hot 97, Summer Jam, or any stage brave enough to book him, the formula never changes. 50 shows up, makes history, breaks the internet, and walks away like he planned it all. Because when Curtis Jackson steps on stage, you don't just get a concert, you get a full-blown cultural event. The man doesn't need peace to win. He thrives in the storm. Respect to the legend who keeps rewriting the rulebook. Because honestly, nobody does petty and powerful quite like 50 Cent. The man's been banned more times than most rappers get booked, and somehow he still walks out the winner every single time. That chain-snatching chaos? Just another headline in a career built on turning controversy into currency. When 50 moves, the culture pays attention. Even the haters can't look away. And what makes it crazy is how effortlessly he plays the long game. He'll flip beef into promotion, bands into brand deals, and chaos into comedy. That's a difference. Most rappers react, but 50, he orchestrates. He'll smile in your face while making sure the entire internet's talking about him by sundown. He doesn't just rap about power. He is power in motion. Hot 97 might keep banning him, but they can't stop him. They tried in 2004, tried again in 2014, and every time, he came back bigger, louder, and richer. Because at the end of the day, controversy is 50's stage, and he owns it better than anyone else. So yeah, the love-hate between 50 and Hot 97 isn't just drama. It's history. The kind of story hip-hop thrives on. 2 decades later, they still can't resist each other. And as long as 50 Cent's name rings out, one thing's for sure, the game will never be the same without a little bit of 50 chaos in the mix.